Kibina kyo bakiyita batya?
Ekibiina kyali kiyitibwa Uganda Economic Party naye twakyusa erinnya kati bakiyita the Common Man's Party.
Kyali kitya?
Uganda Economic Party.
Kati?
The Common Man's Party.
I, Hajat Farida STECIA Mayanja, I have been duly appointed in the name of the Almighty Allah as the President of the National Peasants Party.
Today, STECIA Mayanja came out to announce a new political party. Remember, we are going in a political season. There are some similarities between these political parties. They all come from Buganda and they have their heads as Baganda. Normally, dictators across the country use political parties to advance their agenda, to show as if they have democracy. So the purpose of this video, I've come to dive into these mushrooming political parties, okay? Because even last week, Munyagwa had to open his, what it means for our political trajectory, and most importantly, that's the materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagari. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, if you have been following the politics of our nation, like never in our history, we are seeing mushrooming political parties. I think every week there is a new that's being announced. With the exception of PFF, maybe, other political parties, I highly think that they are funded by the regime because of the following reasons I'm going to give you if you stay on this video. Last week, Mubarak Munyagwa announced that he's going to form a political party. In fact, he even talked about his symbol. Yesterday, even STECIA Mayanja did the same. He made a party, a new party known as National Peasant Party. It has red, the color that is a replica to Bobi Wine's NUP. It has also, I think, black and white. Okay? And for me, I think these are pawns that are being used by the dictator to derail the revolution. Before I proceed, let me first play a tape as STECIA Mayanja was being sworn in as the president of the National Peasant Party. Here's the tape.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I, Hajat Farida STECIA Mayanja, I have been duly appointed in the name of the Almighty Allah as the President of the National Peasants Party, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I shall be loyal to the National Peasants Party and faithful, uphold its constitution, values, and politics. I shall discharge my duties with honesty, delicacy, and integrity, and always act in the best interest of the party and the people of Uganda. I shall respect the principles of democracy, unity, and transparency, and work to promote equal opportunities, social justice, and grassroots of empowerment. I shall abide by the decisions and resolutions of the National Executive Committee, the National Conference, and all competent party organs. I shall uphold discipline, protect party unity, and avoid any conduct that brings dispute to the National Peasants Party. I shall protect the sovereignty and constitution of Uganda and work for the peaceful and democratic transformation of our society. I shall not use my position for personal gain, and I shall declare any conflict in interest that may arise in the course of my duties. I shall serve without fear or favor or discrimination, and I remain accountable to the party and the citizen throughout my term of the office. I make the oath freely and solemnly, fully aware of the responsibilities and trust placed upon me. So help me God.
Kakati hajati STECIA Mayanja ye president wa National Peasant Party omujuvu okuva esawa eno esawa zino ali mukuba assigning ekiwandiiko twagala bannamawulire balabe event eno twagala bendera ey'ekibiina Kamoga Muhammad girete enzijuvu Kamoga Muhammad bendera ey'ekibiina nedda ssebo Kamoga Muhammad bendera girete wali yenakwasizza nosa waliwo eryawo wansi waliwo eryawo kakati commission of oath assigninge awitnessinge ebirayiro byakubizza Secretary General saba okkiriza akatundu kano nako tukayitemu.
That is STECIA Mayanja. First of all, one would ask, how do dictators use political parties? One, a dictator formulates a lot of political parties to paint a picture as if we are having a democracy. Because if someone comes from outside Uganda and he sees that Uganda has very many political parties who are going to engage in politics, it paints a picture of democracy. Two, he also opens up political parties so that they can confuse the opposition. Because remember, there are some people who are building up a coalition where an opposition leader must be one. But remember, this marshalling party are made in a way such that they disorganize the opposition so that we don't get the ideal candidate. This is the truth. So they will paint a picture as if the opposition is not united, not knowing that 70% of the political parties within the opposition are formed by the dictatorship. Okay. Three, even the dictator, okay, funds more presidential candidates so that it makes it look like as if we have a lot of candidates on which Ugandans can choose from one. In the last election, we saw Katumba Oye, a young person who, by the way, was a clear loser. We know we had William Mayambala, the lame person. In fact, even in this election, I expect a person with disability to appear on the ballot so that the paint General MUSEVENi shows the outside world is as if he's a Democrat who even allows people with disabilities to contest. Yet actually, those who are opposing government in the right way are not allowed to move across the country, are beaten up, are incarcerated. Right now, as we speak, General MUSEVENi is in the prison. So you clearly see that there is a narrative that's being built by the regime by funding these political parties. How can you tell me in just a few months Munyagwa opens up a political party, DF is opened up, National Peasant Party is opened up, even the new political parties that are registered by the Electoral Commission are as many. Okay? In fact, even Munyagwa had to say this about his political party. He has the
ogenda kujana lusinia nga kaboneroko.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Kibiina kyo bakiyita batya?
Kyaba kibiina kyali kitibwa Uganda Economic Party. Ne twakyusa erinnya kati bakiyita the Common Man's Party.
Kyali kitya?
Uganda Economic Party.
Kati?
The Common Man's Party.
The Common Man's Party.
Yes.
Mulonkinga.
Ekibiina ky'omuntu wa bulijjo tulayira lwakubiri. Tulayira wiiki eno baganda bafabo Katonga ne bateekawo omukolo. Kati mu spirit ya guli obutakoonagana buli bwe nkugambye. abagole nabo yino baleka benjoyinge.
Oh,
yes.
So goes the common man's party.
Yes, nze party president.
Ani deputy wo.
Lwaki details nda tozifunira wali kaso tegedde omutwe.
Ali mwogezi gw'ekibiina.
Ojja bifunira ali obwagala. Ngwagala nkubire national council tule.
Ani secretary general w'ekibiina.
Wali ava Busoga.
Yes, secretary general w'ekibiina. Common man's party.
Yes, sebo. Akabonero Lusinia. Very clear. Uganda tujagala ku Lusinia. Ngabula bwe tulya pira ofa abasiramu. Biri byembali musavinga omanyi bino muyita self service muyite engasavinga y'ekigulu.
Teka ko buffet.
Ne mugamba abe wano abava embalala musooke. Abejindi muddeko. Bana bwe twate tukuyisa tojja obijukira ebyo. President Museveni wadagabanya keki y'eggwanga lino.
Kati mumuzana Lusinia.
Buli omwatuula omutandika kumu jukira Lusinia baloleta mwena mutuddaawo. Ne balubatuza mu makkati. Nakwata ate buli omwe ali mu maaso ge.
So ye Uganda.
Ye Uganda bwe twagala emirimu giteekebwe ku Lusinia.
Akabonuka mu Lusinia.
Lusinia. Resources z'eggwanga zibeere ku Lusinia. Kye tulina okwetegeeza neighbor butakyusa Lusinia. Neighbor bw'akyusaamu Lusinia mu kuba enkokole. Ewe batawali bifi bya nnyama ebiriyo. Lusinia.
Kibiina kya Lusinia.
Kya Lusinia. Uganda tujaga ku Lusinia. Resources zonna zigenda ku Lusinia.
Lusinia.
Tukoye buffet.
Olwa pilao.
Tukoye self service eri ya cafeteria budget yo lining up. Ntibane msimbo olunyiriri. Tugenda okutuuka nga fa bitundu ebirala ebifi binyama ebyenkoko biweddeko n'ebinnyanja. Tusanga wontula binyeebwa.
Radio 4 Insus.
That is Mubarak Munyagwa. So you clearly see that there is a narrative by the regime to play on our minds, to make it look as if we have a democracy, as if we have a large pool on which people can support a political party. Yet actually, these are just pawns in the political game. And as Ugandans, we must understand what we want. We must see through these new political parties. Because right now, as we are heading to a transition, we are going to see much more mushrooming. In fact, I expect in the 2026 generation, I expect to see more presidential candidates, even young people. So far, I've seen 2 young people below 20 years, okay, announcing their presidential bid. Of course, they're funded by the dictator, but that's how the dictators try to manipulate people so that it makes it look like as if we are under democracy. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make us by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Yes, Kavye Sulaiman Mawagali. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makinde East constituency, so that I can represent the great people of Makinde East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.
Sigadenze Mr. Makindi Kavye Sulaiman Mawagali kantu ene guno omukisa okubategeeza mbu ngenda kwesimba okuwa MP Makindi East 2026 nesimba olubi era nkomawo bataata bamaama basenga bajjajja okubasaba akalulu. Makindi East ediridde nnyo emabega okumala emyaka 2 okuva omugenzi Sebana we yagenda. Yensonga lwaki buli mukulembeze ajja tumuwayo ekisanja kimu kubanga tukola ensobi. Akulembeza Makindi East okumalenga emyaka 15 buli ranking abakulembeze abakozi b'omu parliament abatacyasinze kwogera babeera mu 2 abasemba. Ebyo bintu birina okwogerwa. Twetaaga omukulembeze ng'alina obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. twetaaga omukulembeze nga fayita, si bano bajooka. Bw'oba ng'ogenda saabalira ku mazzi ne baleeta eryato ly'ebbumba ne baleeta ne speed boat, tosobola kukwata lyato lya bbumba ogenda osaabale kubanga lijja kunywa amazzi obbire bassebo ne bannyabo. Oba olina kulondawo speed boat efubutuka kaweewo ekusomese mangu. Nze Kabuye Sulaiman Mawaggali, nze speed boat. Bannaye munonde muninnye nsooke mbasaabaze ku speed ey'ekizungirizi. Eddoboozi lyaffe libadde teriwulirwa. Kyekiseera mu 2026 mulonde nze kamwa kwogera Kabuye Sulaiman Mawaggali ayina eddoboozi eryamwanguka ajoyimirira ku palamenti ayanje ensonga mu beesimbyewo bonna bassebo ne bannyabo. Teri ansinga kwanja nsonga. Abaneesimbyeko bonna baneegomba olw'engeri gye njogeramu, olw'engeri gye nnambika ensonga. Gw'oba okiwakana eno YouTube yange sooka ogiraba ogifollowing ogisharing, waliwo ne vidiyo eziriko engeri gye nnambika ensonga. Kuba mwaka faananyi nga ndi ku folo ya palamenti nga ngamba Mr. Speaker sa oba Madam Speaker sa waliwo asobola ogaana okuwulira. So mu 2026 tetukola era ne mulonda omulala atali Kabuye Sulaiman Mawaggali. Musibe bulungi, mweraba. Peace.
Mpala nawala kusaba kimuze mpala na bulungi waji abampala no bulungi nange benjagala obulungi.